Welcome everyone to episode number 5 of Firefighter Q&A with Lane Jackson. If you're new to the channel, my name is Lane Jackson. I'm a full-time firefighter here in New Jersey, and I'm also a firefighter in the Army National Guard. Alright, so before we get into it, you guys have been asking really great questions, and I encourage you to keep the questions coming. If you're new to the channel, this whole series or segment is about asking questions about firefighting, because I get tons and tons of questions all the time, and you guys want to know, because some of you want to become firefighters and you want to know, you may have questions before like pursuing the career, and I get it. And I feel like with my years of experience, I've been doing this since 2005, August of 2005. You know, I have a vast amount of knowledge that I can share with you guys to help you guys get started, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and dive into some of the questions from the previous episode, which was episode number 4. Again, if you're new to the channel, or if you're back at the channel, if you have any questions about firefighting, I encourage you to drop your question down in the comment section below, because I pull the questions from there. Don't go to a random video, older video, and ask a question. Ask it in the video right now. So we're on episode 5. I'll leave this video for about a week, and then we'll record episode 6, all right? So if you want your question answered on episode 6, I highly recommend you ask your question right now, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and get into a few questions. Again, we're gonna keep it around 3 to 4 questions. I don't wanna keep these videos super long, because I wanna keep your attention, and I want you guys to be able to stay locked in, answer the question, and then we'll keep it moving, all right? So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into question number 1, but I will say, guys, I'm at work, so if the radio goes off, I'm just gonna keep talking, and we're just gonna ignore the radio, all right? Unless I get a call, then I'm gonna have to go. So the first question is coming from Goddess Bebe. I believe I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not pronouncing it right, I'll apologize. I am a certified EMT, and I'm going back and forth between fire and nursing. What are your opinions on nurses in comparison to firefighters? I feel like nurses and firefighters have the same job. It's a rewarding job. You're helping people in need, but when it comes to maybe deciding which one you want to do, it just depends on what you truly feel in your heart. Firefighting is more of the action prior to the hospital, like what goes on prior to the patient getting to the hospital. So you're gonna be out in the field doing hands-on stuff. You know, you're gonna be removing a patient from a car. You can be rescuing a patient from a river, a pond, or something. Like, you're gonna be taking people from the most extreme environments, and you gotta rescue them, and then you gotta stabilize them. Whereas when they get to the hospital, you're pretty much treating them. So it just depends on which route you really want to take. I'm the action kind of guy. I want to be out in the field. I want to be the guy, you know, cutting up the car to get that patient out so we can get him to the hospital. I want to be that guy that's gonna, you know, put the life vest on and jump out there in the water to save that patient. I want to be the guy, you know, pulling that person out of the burning building, stuff like that. So it just depends on what you truly want to do. Really great question. I hope I was able to give you my opinion, but at the end of the day, both jobs have the same rewarding feeling. It's rewarding to help people. It's just the approach and the actions are a little different, if that makes sense, all right? Question number 2 is coming from Chad. I'm just gonna say Chad, because I don't want to mispronounce your last name, all right? Chad wants to know, are you allowed to have tattoos as a firefighter? Yes, you are allowed to have tattoos as a firefighter. Now, I answered this question in episode number 2. Yes, episode number 2. If you go back and watch that episode, I gave a really detailed answer to that question, because at the end of the day, Chad, when it comes to tattoos, like I tell everyone else that I come across that asks about tattoos, I will hold off on getting tattoos or adding more tattoos until you have a career job established, or you know what you really want to do, because this day and age, these competitive jobs, they're really getting strict on a lot of things. So I will say yes, because I don't think there's one fire department in this nation that has a no tattoo policy. It's pretty much impossible this day and age, because a lot of people have tattoos. You know, it's a very popular thing this day and age, and it's very common to see people with tattoos. The biggest thing is with these jobs is being able to cover them up. So prime example, some of these jobs don't want anything on the hands, the neck, the face, anywhere that exposes your skin. I know I work with guys that have full sleeves, and the departments were okay with that. And then I also know guys that have full sleeves, and the departments was like, hey, you're gonna have to wear a long sleeve shirt to cover that up. So I will hold off on getting any additional tattoos, or I wouldn't get a tattoo just yet until you have an established career job, if that's firefighting or any other job, to just see what their requirements are, okay? Really, Tyler? You worrying about them waves? That's all you worrying about right now when you become a firefighter? Nah, I'm just messing with you because, look bro, gotta keep them waves in check. But question number 3 comes from Tyler, and Tyler wants to know, are you able to wear a do-rag or stocking cap while on duty at the fire station? My answer to your question would be yes, all right? Again, it depends on the department's policies that you work for or that you're applying for. At nighttime when you're going to bed, I will say yes. Nobody's gonna watch you or look at you or check your head to see if you're wearing a wave cap or do-rag at night. But you're not allowed to wear it around the station as a casual wear or ride around the fire truck or respond to calls wearing it. This is a professional job, guys, all right? You have to maintain a professional image. You're wearing a uniform, you're representing your county, you're representing the state, you're representing your country, etc. You get where I'm going, all right? So this is a professional job. Going to bed at night, I don't think it'll be a problem. Sometimes what I do is when I get out the shower, I usually brush my hair, put my do-rag on, and then I'll put my beanie over that, cover it up. That's if I'm gonna be up maybe another hour or so, all right? But I don't just go in the fire truck wearing do-rags. You're not allowed to do stuff like that. But again, you will have to check with that department's policy and see what they allow and what they don't allow when it comes to those kind of things. You're definitely not gonna be allowed to wear it on the truck or responding to calls or going to fires because the type of material, but I can see where your priorities are at. You gotta make sure the waves are checked, bro. I get you, I'm with you on that. So that was a great question, Tyler, all right? All right, so last but not least, question number 4 is coming from Alex. Hey Lane, so at the moment, I'm in the process of enlisting in the Navy to be a damage controlman, firefighter on a ship or submarine. Congratulations. I would appreciate if you could give me any tips on what to study for on the ASVAB and for firefighting. So the best tip I can give you, honestly, Alex, is just, maybe go online and Google best ASVAB study curriculum or material. I know there's a lot of books that you can order, flashcards, stuff like that, to help prepare you for the ASVAB. Last time I took the ASVAB was back in high school, and I only took it one time, and I scored pretty high. I scored pretty good. I'm not gonna say I scored pretty high, but I scored pretty good. So when I decided to join the military, the jobs that the military offered me, I had a lot of jobs to pick from. Now, if there's a certain job you're trying to go for and you need a certain score, then you're probably gonna definitely need to study so you can score as high as you can. The higher you score, the more jobs you qualify for, all right? Now, when it comes for studying for firefighting, honestly, I wouldn't focus on that right now. I will just, focus on going to the academy and let the academy, educate you, train you, and teach you about firefighting. Don't try to go in there with knowledge beforehand because it can become confusing for you, all right? So just focus on, making sure that you pass the agility test or whatever the case may be, maybe being physically fit, prior to going to the fire academy, and then they're gonna teach you everything you know. And then once you get done, of course, when you go to your first department, they're gonna teach you how they want you to become a firefighter. So there's multiple processes, there's multiple steps. The biggest thing I will focus on is just scoring high on the ASVAB and then securing that firefighting position. And then once you get to the fire academy, just be like a sponge, soak up everything, ask a lot of questions, and study. Read, study, all right? It's not extremely hard. It's just like anything else in life, guys. If you apply yourself, if you study, take the time out, you'll be fine. You'll pass the test. So that's the best answer I can give you to your questions, all right? All right, y'all, so this is gonna conclude episode number 5, Firefighter Q&A with Lane Jackson. But before we get out of here, I wanna take a moment to admire this beauty right here, Betsy, AKA Ladder 25. And I'm saying that because she's been very supportive, helping us out with these videos, the nice background. And I'm also saying that because we will probably be losing her in a few months, guys. We have a new ladder truck on the way, a platform. So, Betsy's almost 20 years old, man. She's ready to retire. She's ready to go on the beach, tan, and hang out with the rest of the fire trucks. But to all my fellow truck company firefighters out there, man, hey, we gotta stick together. I love being on a ladder truck, guys. This is the first department I've been at where I'm assigned to an actual ladder truck, and that's it. Other departments, we had a ladder truck, but we didn't have like a ladder company or a ladder crew. So I love it. I don't ever want to go back to an engine. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, all right? So until next time, rate, subscribe, comment. See you guys later. Peace.